Greetings, this is Coach VeronicaMarie with Renewing Your Mind 2 for healthier and happier relationships. We're on teaching number 5. I am so excited that you chose to take this journey with me. I hope that you have been working systematically through the information and giving it some real deep thought, because these are topics that can transform your whole way of being. This teaching is about integration. We have understood the shadow and acknowledged and moved into acceptance. Now it's time for integration. There's a scripture that says there is a time and a season for every purpose under the sun. And the same is true with your shadow. If you choose to live only in your shadow or allow your shadow to dominate your existence, it will be self-destructive and destructive to your relationships. Your life in general will experience a lot of sabotage and sorrow. That's not because the shadow is bad. That's because the shadow has a place. In the same way, your light has a place. There's a time and a season for light. If you live only in light, it will result in a lot of sabotage, a lot of stress that would be avoidable. So we're looking to integrate shadow and light into a balanced way of being. The way that we do that is we continue to go through the processes that we talked about in Renewing Your Mind, number 1. Examining your belief systems, understanding your triggers, deconstructing belief systems, and reconstructing. You need to do that in your everyday existence. It's a spiritual work. Realizing where you are triggered, what the exact energy of the trigger is, what needs to be healed, and then choosing a response appropriate for the situation. So as you are looking to integrate your shadow, you're asking yourself, will this serve me? Will I be pleased with the outcome? Will I still feel good about myself? These are good questions. Is this action coming from a universal truth? Is this action showing me where I need more healing? Is this part of my autopilot, or am I choosing consciously to do this? This is super important, choosing consciously. Living with your shadow, called integration, requires your consciousness. We don't want to go unconscious in our shadow, because again, it could result in a lot of sabotage, just as going unconscious in light will. I suggest that you practice mindfulness on a daily basis. Whenever you find yourself slipping into a pattern, examine it. Do you usually go out of your house the same way? Do you usually take the same route? Do you eat your meal the same way? Switch it up. When people talk to you about a particular thing, do you habitually respond or feel a particular way? Switch it up. If you have rules that say when people do this, I hate it, switch it up. Do this as often as possible, because this is how you practice awareness. That way, when your shadow content comes to the surface, you can choose it rather than allowing it to choose you. The goal is integration. Your shadow is not bad. Your light is not good. Both are needed. There's a time and a season for every purpose under the sun. That scripture goes on to talk about how there's a time to die and a time to be born. A time to love and a time to hate. There's a time for everything. Understanding timing is equivalent to being mindful, staying mindful, making choices out of mindfulness. But don't mistakenly translate this into getting things right, because perfection is not a thing here. Doing the right thing is not a thing here. It's doing the thing that is in alignment with outcomes you desire, with healing that is needed for your own highest good. This is about choosing outcomes actions that align with universal truth, because the universal truth is our belief system. I hope this makes sense. And so this is the work of integration. I'll have some more activities to help you move through this stage of shadow work shortly. But in the meantime, I invite you to share your comments on this thread. And that is it for integration. It's very short, very simple, but it's pulling together all the concepts we've been learning and putting them into practice now.